Before I start a job, I always get a smooth, soft taste of whiskey. Now in Kingsman 2, the sequel from Kingsman, is again directed by Matthew Vaughn, and the story is so simple as every good or bad spy movie copy of a James Bond movie. Julie Moore plays a drug dealer, or not a drug dealer, a drug lord who has developed a drug who is very, very deadly. And she has spread it out in all the world, and everyone who consumes it is in danger, because the first state is you get blue in the face. So you see how blue veins cover all your body. The second phase is when you're starting dancing. Yeah, don't ask me why. And the third is paralyzed. And the fourth is dead. In Kingsman, trying to stop that, Julie Moore wants, or the role name Poppy, wants an easy game. She kills every Kingsman agent in the world, but only two survives: Eggsy and Mark Strong. I forgot the name of the role. They two now have to stop Poppy. And because they're all by themselves, they need some help. So they get to Kentucky to contact the agent group Statesman, who is led by Champagne, played by Jeff Bridges. And that's the funny thing, because in England, the Kingsman group, all code names are named after the Round Table knights, so Galahad and Lancelot, Arthur, Parzival, and all the other knights of the Round Table. The Statesman agents in America are named after liquor, because the Kingsman group, the normal jobs of the Kingsmen are they are tailors for suits. And the normal job of the Statesmen are brewers of whiskey. So every one of the house Statesmen have their code name after a liquor. So Jeff Bridges is Champagne, and because he's the leader, the short name is Champ. Channing Tatum has the nickname Mr. Whiskey, and Pedro Pascal has the nickname Mr. Tequila. And Pedro Pascal is the greatest one of the Statesmen. He is very amazing with his signature whip and his two revolvers, and there's an action scene that reminds me a lot of Ocelot and Snake Eater, and you see Mr. Whiskey from the bird view, how he rotates the revolver and kills everyone around him. That was fantastic. Yeah, other one cool scene with Pedro Pascal was his first mission with Eggsy, where he goes to seduce a woman, just like in every agent movie, and he, because he's an American and can't jacket, he has his cowboy outfit, he has his leather jacket, his cowboy hat, and with his little mustache and the big shades, and his body language, the words how he spoke, his hand gestures remind me so much of the greatest actor, Burt Reynolds, from the Smokey and the Bandit movie. And he was amazing. Every time he was on screen in that outfit, I just thought of Burt Reynolds. And to the end of the movie, every time I saw Mr. Whiskey, I thought about Burt Reynolds. So Hollywood, if you think about the Smokey and the Bandit remake, just take Pedro as Burt Reynolds. He will be amazing in that role. That was some cool nostalgia thing, where I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who gets that, or I'm the only one who thought about it. That was cool, Smoking the Bandit, he's Trans M. This movie has a fantastic cast. From the main character, who I don't remember the name anymore, but the name is Eggsy. We have then Mark Strong, Colin Firth on the side of Kingsman, and from the American side we have Jeff Bridges, Pedro Pascal, Channing Tatum, and Halle Berry as her Moneypenny, who is behind the scenes and have control of everything. This is one of the big negatives for me in the movie, because Channing Tatum and Jeff Bridges are big advertised in the movie, are everywhere in the posters or the credits or the trailers, but their runtime in real is so short, because Channing Tatum is one of these idiots who takes the drug from Poppy, and then he is knocked out from every mission. So he stays home. Jeff Bridges also, because he's a leader, and I drink my booze, my whiskey, and don't do anything, just sitting here drinking booze, smoking cigars, and all with that Texas accent of Jeff Bridges. It was hard to understand what he's saying. Yeah, that was a little downer for me, because I thought, oh, Channing Tatum was awesome with his winter stuff. We see some, I don't know, Ash, Bruce Campbell, Winchester action in the movie. No, he had one action scene with Axie and Mark Strong, and that's it. Yeah. Mark Strong is fantastic in that movie. He is one of those actors. In every movie he brings more quality. Every time he's on screen, he's so amazing. I really like that actor. And yeah, and the action, of course, is hilarious, crazy. The beginning, the opening credits are not even over, so the first action scene begins, a car chase scene in London, and with fist fights from the protagonist and their nemesis in a taxi, and that was too much CGI, because I don't know what's wrong with you Americans. Are you unable to do cool choreographed fist fights? The only thing that comes to my mind right now is Captain America versus the Winter Soldier. That was one of fantastic choreography, but still, if I see other choreographies, there's just like little fat cats fighting with each other. It's so awkward. So it's just like a real street fight. So boring. And I thought, man, the Raid done it 1,000 worlds better. And with the fight scene in the car also, so there is opportunity to doing right. But who needs crafting if we have CGI? Yeah? What else? I remember. Need more booze. This is one of those agent movies who I really enjoyed. The last James Bond movies was for me too realistic. It's more of this somber and serious tone. But with the Kingsman franchise and The Man from U.N.C.L.E., it was that good old nostalgic Sean Connery, Roger Moore Bond with using all my gadgets, and the climax of the movie is we're going to the badass's headquarters, kill everything and destroy that. And that's why I like it. And there is one, I don't want to spoil anything, but there is one cool sacrifice scene that I have seen in a long time in the movie. It was very cool how they made it up, how they cut it, and yeah, it was sad. I didn't cry. Nearly. What I really enjoyed in the movie is how the Poppy's base was built and constructed. She was hiding somewhere in Cambodia in the jungle, and she was a fanatic of the 50s, and everything in their base looks the 50s style. And she had her Poppy's donuts, Poppy's diner, Poppy's gas station, and she also was dressed in 50s style. That was amazing. That's like exactly like the Back and Future when it goes to the 50s, exactly in that kind. But it was not a real set, it was again CGI crap. It was so much CGI in this movie, I could not stand that. Even the fight scenes, man, come on. You can do it better. And the other criticism is for me, it was not bloody enough. Because there is one scene where Poppy demands on the new one to show his loyalty. Take that guy, show me your loyalty, put him in the meat grinder. He thinks, yeah, okay. Puts him head first into the meat grinder, and he lands in the meat grinder and slowly get ripped into pieces. But I thought, where's all the blood? Where the bloods, where the guts, where every violence, where the truly violent scene? It was just like put a mannequin into the grinder and that's it. So I don't expect any Kill Bill violence, if you remember the little girl who stabs the nerd's Japanese guy in the stomach and all typhoons of blood. I don't expect that, but a little bit of fountain of blood, that will be cool. So if you have decapitation scenes with whips and headshots and blood shots everywhere and you show us violence, why in that scene you just think, this is not appropriate for children? Fuck children! You make there was one of these scenes who didn't was believable in that world you have built. So what the fuck? And the other thing I loved about the movie, it was more of a reference to Archer, because I love Archer. I'm one of the biggest Archer fans. And there was the bad guy has a mechanic arm, just like Barry, and his main goal was to kill the main protagonist, just like Barry. And Poppy, if her henchmen were naughty, and her punishment to the henchmen was 2 robotic dogs, just like Krieger in the last season. After I saw that scene, I couldn't anymore focus on the movie, because my mind started to make a real life Archer movie. And I thought, yeah, exactly like Kingsman doing an Archer movie. And my version of Archer would be exactly like Kingsman, with more naughty wit, but we will choose real-time actors. But after the post-production, we get the real voice actors. They're doing the voices, but only the actors play. You don't hear the actor's voice, so only the voice actors from On Zane Benjamin who speaks Archer. That will be my perfect Archer real-time movie. So please do it. And one of the cool scenes was, I like when they put music into an action montage and the music fits perfectly with that climax. Beautiful. Elton John. Saturday. Beautiful. So the big question is Kingsman better than the first movie? I don't know. I don't know, but because fun fact, I haven't seen the first one, and now you think, why you go to the movie? Why did you go to the sequel if you haven't seen the first one? Funny story. I share your story of my life here. I was at work. Here my daily rock and 10 radio station in my city. And they offered just tickets for the movie, just like you do every Thursday. So every Thursday they offer 2 tickets to one movie there is Susan. And that one movie was Kingsman 2. And I called. I was picked up. I won the 2 tickets. And I thought, until I go to the movie, I can't catch up the first one. I didn't. So I got to the movie, and that was a little awkward for me, because there were characters that are supposed to be dead, and characters who had robotic limbs, Easter eggs. The other people in the crowd laughed, and I was silent. And, I get it. Awkward. So yeah, that's happened. So that was a teaching for me and for you all, guys. Never watch a sequel before you haven't seen the first one, because this makes no sense. Maybe if it's a remake. Maybe if it's in the case of Godfather Part 2, you can do it. Because most of the times it's before. No, it's also stupid. Never see the sequel before you haven't seen the first part, okay? We're fixed here. Thank you. Now I have to recap the first one, but I already know, because they show in the movie backflashes the end what happens. So the surprise level will be, I've seen that coming. So in the end, Kingsman is a beautiful, goofy agent satire movie with more sex, more butts, more blood, more rated R humor that James Bond doesn't have the balls to show us. So it's enjoyable. I guess it's better than the first one. I don't know. I would tweet about it. I want to see the first one and then I tweet if it was better than the sequel. So now it's better than the first one. If it makes sense. Okay, thank you all for watching. That was my Kingsman review. I hope you enjoyed it and go check it out. So long and good night.